Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. Well, Toyota has two excellent midsize crossovers. On the Toyota side, they have the RAV4, and on the Lexus side, the RX. And somewhere in the middle has got to be some space for something that's not as off-road and backpacky looking as the RAV4, and something not quite as expensive as the Lexus. So Toyota resurrected an old nameplate, made it all hybrid, and brought it back. It's the 2021 Toyota Venza. Let's go have a look at it. I recently drove the Toyota RAV4, and I liked it a lot. I like the way it handled, it drives smooth, we had the plug-in hybrid. It just is a very nice vehicle. And despite the fact that it looks like it's ready to go bust boulders, it's really a car-based crossover. But on the downside of that, some people just don't like its style. It just looks a little rough and tough for some people. And that's where I think the Venza really stands out. It looks really smooth, looks really clean, looks very upscale, and looks a little more, frankly, like a Lexus. And really starting with the front of it, again, it's a hybrid, it has that hybrid look to it. The plastic, kind of the clear panel here on the front, like the peak nose. Also like the big Toyota grille down below, and where it all kind of flares together. It looks really modern, looks just a little bit aggressive, but also looks very nice. 19-inch alloy wheels. And really when you come around to the side, you start kind of seeing that Lexus profile, and a little less like the RAV4. Really the smooth roof line, the smooth fenders, and the body sides, just flows really nice. And when you look at a RAV4, again, it's just a lot of lines and creases and big bulging fenders, where this just looks a little more elegant and a lot more refined. Come around the back, like the LED tail lamps that wrap around. Looks like it could be on an electric car for sure. Power hatch. And if there's a downside to the Venza over the RAV4, it is luggage space. The RAV4, full wagon body comes out down, a lot more space inside. But I think for most people who are maybe trading in a very nice Camry or a Toyota Avalon and moving up to the Venza, I think they're going to find plenty of space back here. I mean, it really just becomes a big trunk at that point. Back seats do fold down, you get the bicycles in, you got a lot more gear inside of it. So there is some flexibility here you don't necessarily get with a car. You have to keep in mind this is the Venza Limited, which is the upper end tier package for this vehicle. But the interior is just exquisitely done. Everything feels very, very expensive, feels much more Lexus than Toyota. And it's all just really well designed. Just looking at details like this, it looks like Louis Vuitton had his way in here. I like kind of the gray and the beige and all it comes together, like the little metal inserts here too. Just really finishes it off. Looks very, very nice. Like every detail was just designed. I like kind of the metal look here. Wood grain inside of the console. You got wood grain on the doors. Everywhere you touch is soft. Feels expensive. The seats, they're faux leather, but they look and they feel real. The only nice thing about that is you can wash them down, clean them up easy. I like the brown stitching, even like the patterns in the seats. Again, just very comfortable, very supportive. You just feel like you can just spend all day in them and just really enjoy the drive. Nice thick leather wrapped steering wheel. The seats are both heat and ventilated. Steering wheel is heated. Up here, nice wide touchscreen. You can divide it up in different sections. The climate, you got audio, weather, navigation, all here. The RAV4 has rubberized knobs for volume and tuning. I actually like that better. I'm just somebody who likes to sit in traffic and just kind of roll through the stations. But volume's here, tuning's here, it's not hard to use it. Automatic climate control. Down below, you've got a wireless charging pad for your phone here. We've got the JBL audio system, sounds really good inside. I like the shifter, kind of like how this design is. Nice deep cup holders, storage here in the center console. Everything works really well there as well. A couple of things I think are really cool. The rear view mirror, it's a camera mirror. So if you've got luggage in the back, you can't see out the rear window, you can flick it, and there's a camera right out the back so you can see it. And then the panoramic sunroof. Right now it's opaque, you press a button, and you can see right through it, press the button again, it goes opaque again. So you can put the tent on it or you can turn it off however you like that. A lot of safety systems on this vehicle too. Heads-up display, I like that. I always like vehicles with heads-up displays. Keep your eyes straight ahead. Speedometer, navigation, all looks like it's just hovering over the road out there in front of you, out in front of the hood. Also other safety systems, you've got adaptive cruise control with lane tracing assist. So you have to keep your hands on the wheel, but it'll kind of steer and keep it between the lanes. You've got lane keep assist also, blind spot warning, rear cross path detection with auto brake. So if somebody's coming behind you and you don't see them, it'll go ahead and apply the brakes. So a lot of safety systems on the vehicle. The Venza is likely to have families in it, and it'll keep them safe that way too. The Venza is a nice, comfortable, mid-sized crossover, but the reason a lot of people are going to buy it is because of the hybrid powertrain. So it has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder and lithium-ion batteries. It generates 219 horsepower. That's not a lot in a vehicle this size, but it's a pretty torquey powertrain, with the electric. It really moves off the line quietly, very smoothly. And when you step on it, there's plenty of power there. So I think it works out really well. It has an electronic all-wheel drive system. So again, all-weather capable. Also helps you a little bit, if you're trying to kind of cut through the twisty two-lane back roads. But fuel economy, as you'd expect, is really good. 40 miles per gallon in the city, 37 on the highway. Hybrids typically get better fuel economy in the city because you're kind of in electric mode more as you're creeping through traffic. So again, 40 miles per gallon in the city, 37 highway. But overall driving it, I like it. It's got the same feel, very similar feels like the RAV4 and with the Lexus. Sometimes over rough roads it can feel just a little bit clunky, but I think most people will find it very comfortable and very quiet. A couple other features it has. There's a button here, you can put it in EV mode, so it'll just run off the batteries. That really only works, for short distances, lower speed. Again, if you're kind of creeping through traffic, you can use that. And then it's also got drive modes. So it'll change, the throttle response mostly, and also how the transmission shifts. But there's a normal mode that I leave it at most of the time, sport mode, a little more aggressive, or eco to help save fuel. But overall, driving is very nice. Like I said, I like the heads-up display. I like the seating position. I like the nice thick leather-wrapped steering wheel. The controls work well. Again, I like knobs, but this works out just fine. But overall, I think most people will like this vehicle quite a bit. I like what Toyota's done with the Venza. I think they're very smart to fill that sweet spot between the RAV4 and the Lexus RX. It's a vehicle that kind of has the luxury and the panache of the Lexus, but a little more of the affordability of the Toyota. If there is a downside to this, it's interior storage space in the back, a little tighter on passenger space in the back seat. But Toyota does have the RAV4, so if you need a lot of space, you need to get the bicycles in there, you need to get a lot of gear in there, you still can buy the RAV4, and it's essentially the same architecture and the same basic vehicle. So let's talk about price, because I think that's one of the things where this does really well. So the Venza starts right at $32,500. This one, fully equipped, $43,100. And I think with the hybrid powertrain, great fuel economy, and everything it has, it's a very fair price. Well, next week we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.